But I've been thinking about a couple of things, and of course, everything relates to OnPassive. And one of the things that I've been thinking about is prosperity versus poverty. And with OnPassive, we always have questions. Why? Why is this happening? Why are some people throughout the world prosperous and other people throughout the world live in poverty? And I want to start by saying that we're all pretty much the same. It doesn't matter where you come from. We all have the same aspirations, the same intelligence. We're pretty much the same people everywhere. And when I start to think about prosperity and poverty, I come into two concepts, and I'll go over these quickly because we've got a big panel today. But the two concepts kind of explain why there's a difference in different places in the world. And if you stick with me, I'll tie this into OnPassive. And based on the things I've been listening to and the people I've been listening to, and I listen to some really, really smart people, and they've been talking about admiralty law and common law, civil law and common law. And when you start to think about those two types of systems, one system is from top down and the other system is from the bottom up. And when we start to talk about admiralty law or civil law, it's really from the top down. And what that means, once you understand that, you'll kind of understand maybe the situation you're in. When you talk about admiralty law, it really is the government dictating to the people all the rules, all the regulations, and they really do control everything that goes on in the society. And when you think about admiralty law, you start to understand that they regulate poverty. When you start to think about civil law, admiralty law, you start to understand that these individuals, they hate entrepreneurship. They don't want anybody getting ahead of anybody else. And really people in that particular type of situations, they either live in a soft tyranny or a hard tyranny. And it's really a horrible place to be. It is not where OnPassive it is not where we want to be. And then we start to think about common law. And common law, it's natural law. You get your rights from God, and you get all the rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, all the good rights that each of us have. They come from God. And when you do that, it's not top to bottom, it's bottom to top. In other words, government is serving the people. And when you get in a situation like that, you actually release people to be able to live their dreams, use their skill sets, do the things they want to do to create the life they want to create. And really, when you think about common law, the government is only there to take care of disputes between people, and do that in a very good way that really benefits everybody. And from there, that's where law takes off. It really is about disputes between people. And once you get past those disputes, then you live your life in freedom. You get to do the things you want to do. And when you start to talk about those two types of systems, and I'll give you a quick example. If you look at where we're at, we're in Dubai, UAE. Okay. Now, 25 years ago, Dubai, if you looked at Dubai, all it was a desert. All it was sand. And the people in the UAE, they came in and said, listen, there has to be a better way than what we're doing to create prosperity and to create a system that gives people the freedom. And we're talking about business here, guys. This is business. And they said, listen, if we can do that, if we can release people, if we can let them use their entrepreneurial spirit, if we can just let them go and create a platform that allows them to do that, then it will be very, very successful. And what happened in Dubai, it really is unique. It really hasn't happened, I don't think, before in this short a period of time. Within 25 years, Dubai, the UAE, went from a desert to something that is hardly recognizable today. It is just absolutely phenomenal. And it is why Dubai today is really the hub, the financial hub of that part of the world. And when you start to think about OnPassive, okay, why is OnPassive in Dubai today? Freedom, liberty, very, very business friendly. And when you create the atmosphere that they've created in Dubai, now it's very conducive to business. That's why OnPassive is there. And when you can do that, all of a sudden, you can actually start doing things that affect people's lives. And this is really where OnPassive comes in and is really unique what Mr. Mufareh has done. OnPassive, what do we do as a company? We come in, we find problems, we bring a solution to the table, and then we release it to the world. And the solutions that OnPassive is bringing to the world, they are solutions that benefit everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a customer, it doesn't matter if you're an affiliate, it doesn't matter if you're a government, small, medium, large size business. All the solutions of OnPassive, they bring solutions to those individuals that make their lives better. Because of this, I believe OnPassive is a vehicle that can really unleash the entrepreneurial spirit, regardless of where you are, regardless of what system you're in. You know, if you look at the United States of America right now, we are more admiralty law than we are common law. We have more rules and regulations that try and keep people down rather than lift them up. But when you add OnPassive to the picture, people have a way forward to come into OnPassive and know that they have the ability over time to develop an income. And when you can start to develop an income and develop that financial freedom, all of a sudden, all kinds of avenues open up to you. And this is apropos to everybody in the world, regardless of what your government is doing. You have the ability to come into OnPassive, find a way forward to create that financial independence that we're all searching. And it's a really, really funny thing. When you start to have prosperity, you start to have respect. And if you're in a country that doesn't have that prosperity, and there are a lot of them out there. If you look at Venezuela, if you look at Cuba, if you look at some of these other countries that haven't come to the conclusion that you need to release people rather than control people, they don't have the respect around the world. It's the same thing with individuals. All of a sudden, when you have financial freedom and you have prosperity, people who really didn't look at you at one time or the other, they look at you and they look at you with respect because of what's happened in your life. And this is so unique to OnPassive. OnPassive is bringing this to everybody that comes in and starts to participate with OnPassive. I'll end with this and then you guys can kick it around because I don't want to go too long here. Regardless of the gifts you have, if you don't have a platform where you can release those gifts, it really doesn't do anything. If I look at Marty, Dan, and I, we've been in business for about 12 years. All of us have our unique gifts, God-given gifts that we can use. But for 8 years that we worked together, it didn't matter what those gifts were because we did not have a platform to really let those grow and increase and bring prosperity into our lives. OnPassive is the platform. And Marty talks about this a lot, excuse me. OnPassive is the platform where you can bring the gifts you have, and all of a sudden, it is unlimited what you can and can't do. You can do anything within OnPassive. You can take those gifts, you can use those gifts, and actually create the life you want. So OnPassive is this unique thing that Mr. Mufareh has created. I still don't know how he did it in the last 5 years. It really has been phenomenal. And we are a point in OnPassive today where I believe all those entrepreneurial spirits are going to be released into the world. And we're going to be able to do some really, really remarkable things. And as the prosperity grows, and when I talk about prosperity, I'm not talking about people coming in and just getting by. That's not what we're about. We're about prosperity. And when people come in and they have that prosperity, now the different avenues of where they can make a difference, where they can help individuals, where they can change societal things come into play. It's going to be a really, really fun thing to watch. But I think if you look at prosperity and poverty, if you look at the different systems throughout the world, there are systems out there, common law being one of them, and I think that's a gift from God, that will really, really promote people prospering, growing, and living the life they want to live.